What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We are here for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Lamicia is back, one of the with the final. You've already met her before, but she's back for Real Housewives of
Yay!
Atlanta. I know she's gonna be here all season, or what's left of it, because we are getting down to the end, child. But welcome back, Lamicia. How
hmm
you doing?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. I just got off a flight literally maybe 30, 40 minutes ago. So I'm fresh off a plane. I threw
Ooh,
this look on real quick. It's
where
one of
did
them
you
look.
go?
I went to Chicago. My boyfriend's
Awesome.
was a part of a wedding, so I was there as his date, to support. So yeah, you know how we
Okay.
do.
I love Chicago.
It was cool. It was actually really nice this weekend. It was actually like the 60s. It was sunny. Like I wish we would have been more in
Mm,
the city. We were like in the suburban area for the wedding. So it was cool. I enjoyed it. I'd be there more
okay.
often, child. So like I said, we're here for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This episode, I literally watched it on the plane today. I watched it a couple times because
hmm
it was actually had me hollering for many reasons.
I
It,
thought this
it,
episode was so funny.
it was definitely funny. It was definitely some moments where I was like, "What the fuck," you know.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna start from the top of this episode. And basically, in this episode, you've seen the relationship between Marlo and Kenya, kind of whatever. Portia's upset
hmm
about that or whatever. I think they had the hayride, and then last week,
Yeah.
what happened last week, child? I can't even think what happened last week. The niece's party, right? So all that
Oh yeah,
happened
yeah.
up to this point. We know that Latoya has spilled the tea on Kenya's marriage to the
In
other
Kenya.
girls.
hmm
We knew she wasn't gonna like that, so that comes up in this particular episode. But at the start of this episode, it seems and it appears that Marlo has a new business venture, and she has, I guess, stopped with her
hmm
wigs, and she's going to be renting out her fashion. So
I
what?
actually think this is more her lane.
I agree.
Like, leave
I
the
agree.
wigs alone,
I
the
agree.
clothes. Yes, I like it.
Yeah, like we know her for her fashion. She can be gaudy. She's big on labels. So why not rent the stuff out, make some money for it? I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know like the whole process about it, but I was kind of like with Kenya. When Kenya was like, "You sure you want some of these girls wear your stuff?" Not talking about the girls, but I was just like, folks
But
who
that's
wear
true though, because people don't take care of stuff, people
that's
hygiene, all kind of
true,
stuff. So I'm wondering too, like, is it a contract, the dry cleaning bill? Like, it's like a good idea, but it does make you think, like,
especially during
like I wonder
COVID.
how it works.
That's why I was like during COVID. I'm like,
Exactly.
this is not that it's the wrong time, but it's like the most unsafe time
But
to
they
be
really
ready to
don't even
close
let
out.
you like try on stuff in stores now. So it's just like, yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's
Mm-hmm.
like it's going well. Phelan was there. Is it Phelan or Fallon? I always say the name
It's
wrong.
Fallon.
Fallon.
Fallon. Mm-hmm.
Fallon was there, and I thought that was a nice little mix because I don't really know who's her friend. I know it's Porsha. I know they're friends, but then she's hanging with Marlo, and then if you watching like online right now, Fallon and Kenya are like really close. They be coming to you
Yeah,
asking
but I was
pictures.
reading something. They said that Kenya knew Fallon like before Portia.
Well, it
But
seems
I
like
didn't see like the
she's been
full.
known. I think I saw that under her comments, like she's been around for a while, and she's been asked to be on the show many times apparently. So she's not new. I guess maybe she's new to us if you don't
Exactly.
watch the
Yeah.
show. But she's there. She's there for a second. She's having a Halloween party, one of my favorite holidays. Child, I'm a Scorpio, but I am a Halloween baby. So I was like, okay, Halloween
That's like
party.
definitely one of my favorites.
Exactly. And we're gonna talk about the party later. But in this scene, like I said, Kenya and Marlo have their another moment where I guess Kenya was going to support Marlo, which we already thought was gonna be an issue for like portion and whatnot. But
Yeah.
Marlo go ahead and she spills the beans about Toya, and of course Kenya's like, "What?" So, what were your thoughts on that, and how you felt about this whole exchange and Marlo kind of, I don't know, she ain't moving different.
I mean, I'm actually excited. It's so weird. It's like I kind of always had like a love hate relationship with Marlo,
Yeah,
but it seems like since Nene is gone, it's like I kind of like her a little bit better. I don't know too if it's like her now. Like, are those her nephews
yeah, her
that she's
nephews. Yeah,
like
yeah,
has custody of?
yeah, her nephews.
Yeah, it's like it kind of made her like a different person, I think. So it's like I like Marlo now.
Yeah,
Like if you get what I'm saying, it's like I actually like Kenya and her like coming together now. Like I think they could be like a really good, I guess a bad dynamic somewhat, but good too. Like like when they get into it, it's like they just head, because they almost kind of similar, but when it's good, it's good. So I enjoyed the conversation. I already knew Marlo was going to tell her, which
Yeah,
she should have.
yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm happy she told her.
Why do you think she should have told her?
Well, you mean like either Candy or well, Candy wasn't there.
No.
So basically, Marlo was the only like I feel person that was cool with Kenya there because
Yeah.
everybody else doesn't like her. So she was the only person that's still cool with Kenya
But
that was there
honestly,
at the party.
I agree with that. But the only thing that I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say it wasn't her responsibility to say it. But what I'm saying is like, even the girls that don't like Kenya were still looking at Toya crazy. They were very, very like, why are you telling us this? Like, that's not something you do. So honestly,
Okay, yeah,
based off of
true.
the energy that they was given, all of them could have said it. Now, whether she would have received it the same,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was just gonna say, I think it would be received better coming from Marlo.
Yeah, it probably
Now,
was the
say like the
best.
other girls, if I didn't like a person, but I heard somebody that was supposed to be their friend talking about them, I'm gonna look at you crazy too. Like, dang, so if she'll do that to her friend, what she'll do to me? So I wouldn't
Exactly.
trust you either. So
I agree.
yeah, so I definitely think Marlo was the perfect person to tell her.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I mean, she told her. My thing is like she did the same thing that she did with Toya to Kia at the very beginning when she was like, "Watch out for her." She was just like, "Watch out for
Hmm.
her," and I'm just like, "All right, Marlo, you telling everybody to
Yeah,
watch out.
yeah, but they
We need
weren't
to
cool
watch out
then,
for
though.
you." No, 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 no. I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
bad. I'm
yeah.
just saying the same language. It's like we need to watch out for you because I'm not 100%
Hmm.
on Portia's side. I get what Portia is saying, but if she wants to be friends with Kenya, that's fine. It does seem like a perfect timing, but I hate when they get on the show like Nene and Portia. They come with these conspiracy theories.
Hmm.
They want to say like, oh, they it's convenient for them to be friends, and sometimes it may be. There could be some truth in that.
And yeah, but I think that's so weird. Like when I hear
Yeah,
what's that last episode, Portia said that like, oh, I think Kenya's using Marlo. I'm like, how is she using Marlo though? Using Marlo to do what?
probably
Because I kind
not
of feel like
using
that's kind of
her,
like,
but she was
yeah,
kind of on the trip. The last time you was on the show was when she was being a bad,
uh-huh,
bad host. Remember, and that's when
hmm,
everything was going left for Kenya because like nobody really was on Kenya's side. Um, honestly, the only person
exactly.
that came to her side was Marlo. And honestly, if it wasn't, I feel like if Marlo hadn't said she heard stuff too, then I feel like Kenya would have left it alone. But when she had a friend, she had an ally to be like, "Oh yeah, I heard something too." I think she was able to strengthen
But
her
that's the
case.
thing though, they never believe Kenya. Kenya has told the truth about a lot of stuff, and then they come with receipts, and then people kind of like backpedal.
Yeah,
Like I really didn't think she made it up anyway.
yeah.
So Candy heard it too. So that's like, yeah, it's like I don't really think she made that up at
I don't.
all.
Yes, I agree. I don't know if she made it up. I feel like you said, either they was doing it, somebody was doing something. Maybe it was a porno, or
Yeah,
I don't know. Something was going on.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
She definitely. I don't think she made up a lie about hearing what she heard. The last time I feel like she really
yeah,
lied was about Walter, but that was back then.
yeah, 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 yeah. That, but I'm like, usually the stuff that she says, I'm like, usually it's proven to be true. But
Not
I
some
was just
time.
really lost on the, oh, she's using Marlo. I was like, it's kind of like when Phaedra was like using her with the whole candy thing and the drugs and all of that stuff. So I was like, isn't it the same
Oh, well,
thing?
Portia.
Like, somewhat.
It could be. That's true. That's true. Also, so moving past this scene, of course, the Halloween party's coming. We're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Drew and I guess her storyline. I will say, she's given us some depth to her character and to her personality because I feel like we kind of
Hmm.
we're really getting to know who she is. She started out with Ralph, all those issues with Ralph. I feel like Ralph has made like a complete 360 or 180 or whatever, and
Yeah.
he is so like different. And just in general, like in the scene later on when she was like crying about her son having to meet his real dad, and he kind of like
Yeah.
consoled her a little bit. It was like he was because in earlier part of the season when she would cry, he would look at her like she was just crazy.
He
But
came out very narcissistic.
he
Yeah.
did,
In the
he
beginning of
did.
the season.
But
Yeah.
he's seen
But I
I
had no clue
what no clue about what
that that the son had a different father. I thought
I
the kids
didn't
were about
either.
him.
I mean that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like so we went from her marital issues.
Hmm.
She started hanging out with the girls. She's very vocal in the group. I will say that she don't mind saying what she got to
She is.
say or come confront whoever she got to confront. And then now we're talking about her son. So this basically is like you said. That's not Ralph is not his father. But the issue that I had on this episode was the use of the word "oh dad." Like there has to be a better way that they can
That
say that your,
that
let's just say your biological, like that little boy, he's
right.
9 years old. He is not two to be talking about some
Right.
old
I
and
swear
new.
I looked too when she said you're old dad, and I'm looking like, who says that? And
And
then
who
even the part two when she was like, the boy used to refer to Ralph as
as
uncle.
uncle? Yes, that I was like, no,
I
wait a
was
minute. You
like,
had
what?
your son thinking that you was dating your uncle, then you married your uncle. What is going on, Drew?
Exactly. All of that was crazy to me. I was like, girl, what? So now he went from uncle to what? Now he daddy? Like, that is weird. Like, that whole part just threw me.
Yeah.
Like,
Um,
girl, no.
they tried to sit down with him, right? And they tried to,
Hmm.
I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it was the best approach. I don't know how to approach that. But it should have
Yeah.
maybe been just a. I think she wanted to have all three of them there, as in the mom and Ralph there to support
Hmm.
her. But I feel like she probably could have got through better if it was just her and him. She could have took him to sushi.
Yeah.
She could have just talked to him at sushi and broke it down.
Yeah.
And I know. I mean, obviously, she has like Ralph is, I guess, all he knows as a father, and there. Question for you: why do you think he don't want to meet his real dad? Because he was like, no, no, no.
Again, it could be just what you're familiar and what you're used to. Like
Yeah,
if it's somebody that I didn't grow up with or I'm
yeah,
not used to them being there, it's kind of like I don't want to say you don't have a need for them,
yeah,
but you're not used to them being there. So basically, everything that you're used to is like right in front of you. So that could be why, like, I mean, he may feel, oh, I don't need to know him now. I
yeah.
mean, he's how old is he again? Like,
9.
yeah, 9 years old. Maybe he'll change his mind when he becomes a teenager or a grown man. But I just honestly just think that's what it is. He's probably never seen him or
Yeah.
just not used to him being there.
I so in the earlier scene with the mom, she was basically talking about that she didn't know or meet her biological dad or whatever, right? But she made a comment and she
Hmm.
was like, because I think she said that he was like, that's basically what she said. But I think she was like, that I don't have to know who he is. Like I'm good. I know who I am. And for some, I think it's important. Like I don't like my father wasn't really in my life like that, and honestly, like people be like, "Are
Yeah,
you okay?" I'm really fine. Like I feel like I
yeah,
turned out fine. I mean, people say all the time, a father makes a difference. Child, please, I still be the queen that I am now on this show. So,
yeah. But again, that could be like just say like, oh, if your father wasn't there, that doesn't mean you didn't have a male figure. Like it could be somebody else
yeah, of
that
course,
was in that place.
exactly,
So
right.
exactly. So
Um,
that's what I think it is.
But I like what the mom said, and like I think about like Kenya,
Hmm.
who really didn't have a mom there, Nene, people
Hmm.
like that. I feel like Kenya, she had a moment where she was there trying to find acceptance within her mom, but her mom was around and didn't want to be in her life. So it's like that's maybe a hard pill to swallow, but it's like you have to, as adults, just like the mom said,
Yeah,
like I know who I am, I'm good, and I
yeah.
think
You got
that's
to get over it.
important.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I just like the whole. I like that whole situation how they brought it in. I didn't like the, of course,
Hmm.
old dad and the Uncle
Yeah,
Ralph.
the old
That
dad and
was a
the
little
uncle.
weird,
Yeah.
but it was good to see that for Drew. Like I think she's really leaving her mark on this season to give us more than just because nobody else has given us anything else. I mean, to be honest, they not. She
True.
giving us
Especially
drama,
like
arguments,
yeah,
and
yeah, the
with
family
with the
dynamic.
family, you're not really seeing much of. You saw what's her name go to school. What's her name? What's the kid, the daughter name? Um,
Oh, honey, I forget. Oh my God, it's Riley.
Riley, yeah, we saw Riley go to
Riley, yeah.
school. Baby Brooklyn is he blurred out, child. We can't see her face no more. So, so
Right.
we can't see nothing with her. And baby Pilar eating spaghetti. It's nobody, no everybody else's
Okay.
family is just like Cynthia, Mary. That's it. Nobody else around. So yeah,
Exactly. Noelle running around like whatever.
exactly. Right, right. So that was pretty much it with that. Like I said, I like that from Drew. Speaking of Drew, Drew calls Cynthia and Mike while they're out, and
Hmm.
basically is planning a trip to New Orleans. And like I said, I knew about this trip because I have a
I can't
friend.
wait to see that.
Yes, yes. I have a friend that actually works at the hotel that they stayed at, and so we talk all the time. And so he was like, "Oh my god, they're here!" So I'm excited to see. Not only is he on the show, but also just to see like how this is the second trip. They really didn't have much to get at
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
of COVID. But she invites her, and I like that Drew was just like, "Oh, we getting a private jet, and Ralph getting a private jet," and I'm
I
just
don't
like,
mean to be ugly, but I was like, can they afford that? Like, I was like
You
a
know,
jet.
somebody was talking. We was talking about this in a group chat, and I'm not really sure, but I mean, of course, the show, the production, they helped them with that type of stuff. But I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like Ralph makes. I mean, I don't know what he does, but it seems like he
Hmm.
has some money, something coming in from somewhere. So,
Yeah.
um, I guess we'll see if they're real on the private jet. I guess next week it could just been a maybe I don't know if it was a shade or real, but
That's
they.
honestly what I think it is. I think it was a little bit of shade. I feel like Drew has this like vendetta to like,
Mhm.
oh, I wanna beef with Kenya. I'm like, what did Kenya ever say to you, girl? It's like she just keep reaching for straws for something. Like
You
I
think
don't
she
know,
reaching?
but yeah, it's like she keep trying to. I don't know. It's just like she keeps trying to reach for something, like to start a feud. Like Kenya said on the show with Candy,
Mhm.
like they bleeped out a lot of stuff. Well, I should say edited out. But
Mhm.
like she kept bringing up her daughter, and she was like, "Girl, you know I can't talk about my daughter," but she kept doing it. So they kind of have to edit like a 30-minute conversation down into maybe like a minute for the
Mm.
show. But she just kept bringing up her daughter, and she was like,
Mm.
"I keep telling you I can't talk about my daughter." So it's like she just reaching for something, like she wants attention from Kenya, like a feud. But I'm like, girl, you got a storyline. You don't need a storyline with Kenya. So I don't know. Like that's just I just keep noticing it. Like she just keeps trying to like pick and star stuff. I don't know. I don't know either. Cause
Some
I'm just like,
the only
what
time I
is
was
this?
confused with their back and forth was at the table that they had that little lunch dinner at. That's the only time I was
So that's
confused.
what I'm talking
But
about.
every
So
other
she
time
said
I
she
was just
kept bringing
like,
up her daughter.
oh, at the table because I did
That
hear
was
they.
that was then, yeah. So that's why they had to edit it. But like she wasn't making any sense. It's like she just kept rambling,
Well,
but
that
then
makes
she
sense.
kept
That's
bringing
why
up the
I was
daughter.
confused because I was like, this
That's
scene
why
is not making
everybody was
sense.
confused. Cause
Oh,
yeah, that's why
okay.
Candy was like, I'm confused. But that's what happened. They had to edit stuff because she kept bringing up stuff that they couldn't talk about.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what that was about.
Well, we're gonna see. She said she can plan a better trip than Kenya, and so I think I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure that won't be too difficult to do because Kenya was terrible. As
She
somebody that
was. She
plans and
was.
hosts all the time, she was terrible. So that'll probably be easy to do.
Yeah, it
Um,
was thrown together.
Very much so. And did you see that the small clip with Leon that video he posted that they showed the video he posted for Cynthia? I
Why did
remember
he
that.
sound like a like he was
But I
like a
remember they
dating
when it came out like on social media
dating
or
app?
something. I was like, "Ooh, Leon, child, send me one."
Right? I'm like, why was it so like sexual? Like when he was talking and
That's you
looking
know
all in the
he just
camera.
smooth, child. He just smooth.
I love him, but it was just hilarious. Like I'm like,
Yeah,
why he talking like that? All seductive, and but he still look good though.
he do. So
Hmm.
with the Halloween party, that's the last scene. We're gonna talk about it in depth, child. So the Halloween party, I also was expecting a party. Just because she said party, not a little
Hmm.
Halloween gathering, a little Halloween get together, a little
Exactly,
Halloween kickback. I was expecting a party.
honey. If I was the other girls and I went through all of that with them costumes and I showed up and saw that, I would have been mad.
Well, see, this is the thing.
Like
This is
Candy
the
looked,
thing.
she
This is the
looked like
thing.
she
When
did
it comes
hours of
to,
makeup.
well, yeah, but I mean, so did Fallon. So I guess you should.
Yeah.
But my thing is, this is why people. It's important to hosting is an art. I'll say that. Like, it's not something
Hmm.
that's just having folks over. You know, she did a good job. She had all of the decor in there. That was well done. Even
Yeah,
though
that was nice.
even it didn't go through the entire house, that's fine. But that whole entryway, I would have somehow tied it to the other room too, some kind of way. It had to be as
Exactly. They
much.
went through the intro into the kitchen. It was like,
Yeah,
okay, like what now? Like it's no music, it's no drinks flowing. Like
but
it was just the
that's
kitchen.
the thing. Like, you gotta when you host people, you gotta have stuff for people to do. You can't bring nobody over and expect them to figure stuff out on their own because that's how you get
Exactly.
dead space and that's how folks be leaving after an hour. I don't blame Latoya for saying I'm bored, I'm out because I mean honestly like there was nothing going on at that party.
But she was rude though. And like I always say,
No,
it's
no,
like
no,
a
no, no, no,
difference
no,
with
no,
being
no, no.
real and being
I'm not
rude.
saying she right. I'm saying
Yeah, yeah.
that comment. I felt that like, girl, ain't this kind of boring,
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
Um,
Because the other ladies felt it too, but like they was just sitting there like,
oh,
okay,
she was
like,
definitely rude. Yeah. So let's go
yeah,
back.
just,
Let's go back.
just
Let's
going
talk.
along with the flow.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree. Let's go back and talk about the costumes. Who has your favorite costume? Your least favorite costume?
Okay, Fallon's costume, oh my God, was amazing. I,
Okay.
I think I want to copy that. Like I loved it. The
I love
makeup,
it. Yeah,
I like the
she did good.
fangs. I love the snake
Yeah.
hair or
Mhm.
wig or whatever it was. Loved it.
Mhm.
My least favorite, Kenya. Really, the Native American costume. Really.
Now Drew said something about that. Now was she reaching
That
in
was
or
a
was she
hot
right?
ass mess.
Now was
Like
Drew
we
reaching?
in 2021. Like, come on now. Like, we gotta know we not doing costumes like that. Like, and then the headpiece part, I think like in their culture, I think the men are only supposed to wear like that headpiece. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. But I'm just like, why would you like no.
I don't know. I mean, I think she needs to have a little
Nobody,
wig.
like
She
no
found that
one
little
was like,
brown dress.
girl.
Well, I mean, they probably just was like, look, she already talking about this village child. They probably was like, girl, maybe she's one of the village people. I don't know. It definitely wasn't right. Drew and Porsha was like, okay.
Right? Because soon as I
Um,
saw her on the screen, I was like, girl,
well, see,
like, no,
I knew this would
all
be
the
an issue
costumes.
before this week because last week when it came out in the little preview of the trailer, I was like, oh, people's coming like, oh shit, like, come on that Kenya, but child, should in a couple days or a week or so, it needs to be all blown over, child. They forget she did it. So your top was Fallon, your least favorite was Kenya.
Was Fallon's.
My
Now, see,
favorite. Go ahead.
okay, you gotta stop.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say at first I was thinking Portia, but then once I saw the party, I said Portia actually was the smartest person because she did was throw some ears on. That's all you needed for that party. Like if I would have went all out like that and showed up and that was it, I would
Yeah.
have been mad. So Portia had the right idea. Just throw some ears on and
My
keep it
favorite
pushing.
costume, I would say, was Shamia's. It was so cute. A little astronaut.
Was
I
you
liked it.
astronaut? Okay.
I like Fallon. I love the depth and the makeup. All of that. That's more of my speed. But it was cute, and I thought Cynthia's was clever too. I mean, she was hand sanitizer, but I
Yeah.
get what she was
I would
doing.
say for both, it's creative. I wouldn't have thought to be an astronaut or hand sanitizer. So I would
Yeah.
say definitely both of them creative.
It really
Definitely.
was giving
Definitely.
hand sanitizer and coronavirus suit.
Right. When she showed up, I was like, what is she supposed to be? Then I saw hand
Yeah, I
sanitizer. I was
saw
like,
that. Well, they
oh,
said
okay.
everything. Yeah. But my least favorite, I'm gonna say Portia, only because I understand she didn't come to that party knowing it was gonna be that party. So for that,
Well,
let's say
yeah.
so for that she gets the weakest for me. And Portia is like my thing is a Portia that I'm sick of. She always so late. She be late to everything.
She
I know this
is.
has to be very irritating because it's like we love Porsche. I love Porsche, and I'm sure she's become such a diva. She's gotten much bigger and stuff like that. But this late stuff to everything, it's like,
Yeah, she be
girl,
super late.
every
Yeah, not even
time.
like 10, 15 minutes late. Like it'd be like hours.
Yeah, but at least when she shows up late, she ain't like she joins the party. But girl, Porsche, if you watching, you gotta be up on time, girl. And I don't know because she lived too
Okay.
far or something. I don't know where she lived, but yeah, I don't know. So then, of course, when Toya gets there, she is very rude to Fallon. She's saying, "This is what it's like when you live
I
you,
can't
with a
stand her.
65-year
Like,
old.
oh,
Make me a drink." And Fallon, honestly, excuse me, Fallon was a little tipsy and drunk too. I can say that she wasn't sober. Okay, she wasn't
honey,
slick at the
she.
mouth, but I think she was a lot more patient than she should
I
have
was just
been.
gonna say that
Cause
Latoya would have been gone. She wouldn't have made it as long as she did
I wouldn't have allowed
if it
Toya to
was me.
leave. I would have put her ass out because you're not gonna disrespect me in my house in any kind of way. I don't
Exactly. I was
shade
like, how did
me.
Toya even last that long? She would have been gone.
Don't shade me
Like,
at
I
all
mean,
in
she
my
was so
house.
disrespectful.
She was.
She was
So
so disrespectful.
yeah, I don't.
Like, I honestly think some of the other girls should have been like, you need to like. I know, like, you can't control or tell another grown person what to do, but I feel like somebody should have whispered, like, girl, you need to bring it
Well,
down a notch. Like, you and
Kenya
somebody
was
else.
just like, girl, like, what are you talking? I mean, not Kenya. Candy was just like, girl, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
And it's like, I get it. Like, they all, at this point, Kenya ain't said much. Kenya probably would have been kiki and cackling with her, honestly, if they wasn't beefing at that
yeah.
time or whatever they got going. We'll talk about that too. But it's just like, she was just it's my thing is, like I said with Toya, like, she is like they say she's like Kenya on steroids, but it's like she's not. You can't even like her because
She not.
everything is a moment, and I can't stand a heifer that's always looking for a moment every moment.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like she's
girl, let
trying so
somebody
hard to
else.
like get a peach. Like, girl,
But
like
it's like
you going about it the
she
wrong way.
honestly would have had a peach if her husband, fiance, with her ex fiance would have been I guess would have allowed her to include the kids more, and that's why she don't talk about her
Mm-hmm.
kids. That's why she don't talk
But
about
I keep
him.
forgetting she got kids.
Honey, I don't know what kind. Look, I said this last week. I forgot she had kids because if I was her kids, I'd be like, damn,
Yeah.
my mom is embarrassing.
Exactly, and I'm so sick of her using too. Oh, I'm Trini. Oh, girl. Like, what does
Yeah,
that have to do with anything? Your
nah.
behavior is absolutely like immature and
And she really ain't
ridiculous.
about that
Like,
life. She's Trini, but she's not she ain't gonna bust shit. So let's talk about the next
yeah,
scene with her and Kenya, which I thought was very cringe. Because
yeah.
they're trying to push this love narrative almost, and it's like very awkward to watch for me. Even for Kenya, I'm like,
You mean
Kenya,
like she has a crush or
like, yeah, like
like
she's
in
saying,
that?
like, you kiss Porsha, and this is how I talk. If you don't like it, like, you don't want to be with me. I'm like, this is very awkward for Real Housewives of
Yeah.
Atlanta. Like, this is
I
right.
honestly think Kenya was just saying stuff like, "Oh, I have a crush." I just really think that was just all the show. Like, I
Kenya
honestly
does
don't
that
think.
type stuff in the past. Like, let's not act like she like a moment. She'll go along with the storyline too, but that's like, it's just cringe to me. Like, what you think
Yeah,
of
but
it?
that's what I mean. Like, I feel like it's just like a false storyline. Like, I really don't think like she had a crush on her. But then the fact that, like you said, they keep bringing it up, it is very awkward.
Yeah,
Like I don't get like how they're trying to tie this in. But yeah, but that whole scene was just yeah, it was kind of cringe. It was, and
but
I didn't like how she kept trying to like deflect, meaning Toya, like she didn't want to take any of the blame.
yeah,
Like, girl,
she was
you
trying to make it
said
seem
it.
like she was trying to defend her, and I get what
Exactly. Like you
she's
weren't.
trying
You
to
just wanted to tell
say.
her business.
Well, I get what she's trying to say. Like, she was saying, like, oh, like Kenya said, you basically use that as an excuse to say this is why I'm behaving like this. And Kenya was like,
Exactly.
no, this ain't why I'm behaving like this because of this. Like, fuck that.
Exactly. It's like she was trying to put it on everybody else. It was one moment she brought up Candy. I was like, why are you talking about Candy? Candy wasn't even there. Like, it's
Right.
like she was just trying to put it off on everybody else and trying to come up with the reason of why she said it. Girl, just say you said it and keep it pushing.
I did laugh. I'm not gonna lie to you when Toya kind of like laughed in Kenya's face. She was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the sea because
Oh my gosh.
she laughed in
I
her
mean, I
face, and
expected all of
I
that
was
from
like,
Kenya. Like,
Kenya
I knew
girl.
Kenya was gonna be mad, which she should have been. But
But
yeah, I
like
just
she
think she
said
took no
later,
accountability.
she should have really lit into her. That's a moment where Kenya, if that was anybody else, she would have went off the hell off.
Yeah,
She didn't go
yeah.
off on Toya
She
like
was
that.
calmer than what I thought.
Right.
She
So I'm
was
like,
calmer than
girl,
what I
you
thought.
should
But
have went
yeah,
off on this girl. This girl she needs you to read because she just thinks she's so hot shit. Even like now on social
she
media,
does. She need a reality check. She does.
she
But I think she
need
gonna get it at the reunion, though. I think she gonna get it at the
baby.
reunion.
I can't wait. So
Yes.
they go back in the house, and it tickled me actually when she was just like, "Oh, we went to go take a dip in the pool," and she was just like, "Well,
Talking about
your
Porsha.
Portia was like, she was like, well, your hair not wet, so what got wet?"
Yes, 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 yes.
I thought that was fun. I'm like, come on, Portia with a little Reed. But
Yes,
it got a
honey.
little messy because that's when she was like, oh, I'm about to go. Like, this is boring. And then Portia was like, I'll walk you
Yeah.
out. And then she was like, can you walk me out? She was like, no. She said she gonna walk you out. I'm like, oh my god,
Okay.
this is very toxic
I
relationship.
just think, yeah, I honestly just think she just didn't want nothing to do with it because she said she's been ignoring my calls and
Well,
my
she
texts.
was
Like, I honestly
jealous.
think,
She's feeling a little jealous about the whole there. It's that's the same storyline. Like, Portia's feeling away with Marlo becoming friends with Kenya, and
yeah.
Kenya's feeling away about Toya
I
becoming
mean,
friends with
but to be
Portia.
honest though, I feel a way too. Say like if it's somebody I'm friends with, not like necessarily a crush, not a crush, but like you're friends with, and
Yeah,
somebody you don't like, and they're friends. Like I
yeah.
wouldn't feel like I could trust you either, because it's like why are you hanging with somebody that don't like me?
Well, you
So
can
I mean, I can
hang.
relate.
It depends on the relationship. I feel like if it's like a best friendship, like say you and I are best friends, right? And then
Okay.
there's a person that don't like you, whatever. But as long me personally, I can have my own individual friendship, and y'all don't have to be friends as long as I'm not gonna let this person talk crazy about you. I'm not gonna let there be an issue. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I would roll. And I have a lot of
Hmm.
friendships where, honey child, everybody's not meant to be friends. That's just personalities clash and this and that. But
Yeah,
I
that's
would never
true.
say you can't be
Yeah.
friends with this person unless this person is specifically disrespecting me and doing all this type of stuff. At that point, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm not
okay,
saying like you do have people that
yeah,
be like, oh, I don't like this person, so you shouldn't like them either. I'm not necessarily
yeah,
saying that.
yeah, yeah, I
But
agree.
again, like you said too, you might have a friend
Yeah,
and you have another friend. That don't mean they
yeah,
gonna actually get along because they get
yeah,
along with you.
right.
So, but again, I would kind of feel some type of way, like a
Mm-hmm.
person hanging
Mm-hmm.
with a person that doesn't like me like all the time. But like
Yeah,
you said, as long as that person is like defending you,
yeah.
then I guess it's like no harm if
Um,
like they decide to talk about you.
true. That's true. Um, so when she leaves, Portia actually walks her out, right? And they talking
Hmm.
outside. This is so funny to me. Portia really was confused. Her facial reactions was facial expressions were killing me.
Because she was making up stuff. Like Toya was really trying to deflect and
She was
like
just
take
like
no
she's
ownership.
mad because I kissed you and this and that. Like Latoya doesn't know how to take ownership, and she also don't know how to have a grown woman conversation. Everything's always a joke with her. You don't really see her
Yeah.
serious, and I think it is because she's always drunk. That I think it's because she's always
Yeah.
drinking. To because
Didn't
she'll
Drew
be.
say that last
I
episode? Like
think
I've never
I
seen
think
you
in the next
sober.
episode it's gonna. I think they probably gonna all agree and be like, yeah, you are drunk because it is given that it's given like she don't. It's like it's very drunk college energy. Like nothing about her
Yeah.
screams adult. Everything is a joke. So
That's
she's
true too. She's never serious.
she's
Like you
never
said, when she
serious.
laughed in Kenya's face, yeah, it's like she's never serious, never takes anything. And sometimes too people do that too to like deflect. Like, oh, if I laugh it off, like
That makes
people,
me mad. If we
kind of
having a serious
disregard it.
conversation right now and you start laughing, I'm pissed. I'm gonna hit you because I'm like, what you laughing for? Or I give you
Yeah,
something to laugh
yeah,
about. So
exactly. So it's
her
like she never takes anything serious at all.
right. I think I put down that. So they were talking, and Portia's faces, like I said, were priceless. She was just like, "What this got to do with me?" Like I was sitting there listening, and of course she gonna be mad. So what's the problem? But when the girls came out, when Kenya came out, Kenya was all mad again. Like, oh Lord, they got her talking.
And look, here we go again.
And this
Yeah.
is where things went left. Now, I don't know why Toya is becoming at Fallon. I think she knows of her. Like I said, I think Fallon is not new. I'm not
She
saying they have a
does, because you remember
history.
the party. Yeah,
Yeah,
that what was that party they had for Portia, and she
yeah.
kept bringing up like, "How old is your husband?" Then when she said
That's
the
the.
age, yeah, I already knew that.
This
Yeah,
is the
so why
third
did you ask?
time that
Like he
she
said,
has come for her. That time in South Carolina, and now, and so it's just like okay. So
mm-hmm.
not gonna lie, I was the way that they edited it. I don't know if it happened like that, but the way they edited it, and she was just like, well, she was just like, I have 3 kids, so. She was like, by 3 different baby daddies. I fell out with Cynthia
Yes.
and
Oh
Kenya.
my
They
God.
were Cynthia and Kenya was like,
Right. And I didn't like how she kept screaming stuff out the car door. I'm like,
I
girl,
would
you
have
look like
got
your
her
life
right
come up out
then.
that
I'm
car.
sorry. The first comment when she said
Exactly.
something about keeping it in your mouth, I would have got there was no way that Latoya should have got all them damn words out of insults and twirling in the
Honey,
damn
she would
driveway.
have.
I don't even know how Fallon even like how would they?
Honey, the
There was
first 5 minutes
plenty.
she would have been gone.
There was
Like,
plenty of space and
I can't.
opportunity. I don't know what Fallon why she waited so late for them to get her. I mean, she's a little late. But the scene of
Yeah.
this episode was her running through the house like a Tomb Raider. Baby, I hollered when she ran through that kitchen and that little snake fell out. I watched it at
Portia
least
said,
five
I don't
times.
even know who it was. She came by so fast, and then a little snake was laying on
That
the
snake
ground.
fell.
Like, you just saw the little snake just fall out.
Portia
Like,
was
she
like, I
sped
don't.
by.
Portia was like, well, she going to get something. Let's say she stood up. Portia don't play. When they was in South Carolina, she jumped over the couch. Her and Candy got up like,
Yeah.
oh shit, and it was just a mess. Like Shamia grabbed her
But you
and
remember they heard the screaming first, though. So they looking like, what's that? Like, what's that we hear? You remember they all sitting at the table, just sitting, and then they heard the screaming
yeah, I think she
outside.
just
And then you see her fly in the kitchen.
yeah.
That was hilarious.
She flew through that kitchen, and I think she just had like a little breakdown because this is like, girl, you disrespecting my family, and like I'm all. I think she also was drunk. I like Fallon, so um,
Yeah.
I was.
Like, I honestly want to see more of her. Like, the little parts I've seen of her, I like.
Yeah,
So, like, I want to see more.
she's pretty.
So I can really,
She's
like,
refreshing.
dissect, like, her character on the show.
If they wanna keep the niece energy and keep the show going maybe a little longer and have like some more fun energy, they can bring her because she is married. I think
Yeah,
recently
exactly.
they
Yeah.
were saying that her and her husband unfollowed each other. I'm not sure, but um,
Hmm.
yeah, I just
Yeah, I think
really
she said the age difference with her and her husband is 27 years.
yeah he is 55 55 or 56, not 60. Anything.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because
exactly.
she's
So she was
30,
saying like how she
30,
met
31.
Portia was like through like Dennis and her
Yeah,
husband know each other like through like owning clubs
yeah,
and all
yeah,
of this stuff. So then she started like then she met Portia.
yeah.
So I think she would be like a good addition.
I just wish that I'm start calling her Tiger Woods because that's what she when she grabbed they look they the golf
The
stick
golf club. So
the
Tiger Woods' wife,
golf
honey.
baby. I don't even think she's about to hit tour. I think she's about to fuck that car up. I think that car is about to get
Yeah.
beat.
I wish they would let her go. Like
I wish
honestly,
they
I was
would just
like,
let her go,
production,
please.
please,
She did.
please let her
Toya
go.
need to be. She was so cute. I was like, girl, I would have been on her every time I saw her. The way she, child, that's the
I just can't wait for
disrespect.
the reunion. Like
They probably won't have
I just
Fallon
don't think
though.
it's gonna go well for Toya.
I don't think so either. And right
Mhm.
now, I don't know who she is cool with right now. I don't think she. I think she
Honey,
may.
nobody, because I don't think nobody likes her.
Well, eventually she does become a little more closer with Porsha. I think. I think she may be okay with
Okay.
her. The other
Okay.
girls, I don't think so. Definitely not Kenya. Definitely not the other girls. So we're gonna see. I mean,
Yeah.
we episode. This is episode what 12 or 13, 14.
Honey, I've lost
So
count.
we're getting there. We're getting to the end. We are like maybe
Okay.
5 or 6 episodes to the end. It won't be that long. I
Okay.
mean, they got New Orleans. They got another like I think a Christmas party is happening in December for like what past December, but on the
Oh,
film.
okay.
And so then we'll be done because they filmed the reunion coming up soon. They asked for questions recently, so the reunion should be filmed. I think
Oh,
probably
awesome.
the beginning of April.
Okay, I cannot wait. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I just see bad things happening for Toya. Like,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think people gonna have their receipts.
Well, Portia and Marlo into it really bad too, so that's gonna be interesting. But Marlo really can't read, so I'm not really worried for Portia. Marlo ain't really no
Oh
reader.
yeah, Marlo can't
She's shady, but she when it comes
at
to
all.
going back and forth, she always loses. So maybe she'll.
She's never recovered from Eva on the bus. So
Ooh, she ain't.
that was
Well,
oh gosh.
I think we pretty much covered everything on this episode. It was a good episode. I mean, it was. I always say good. It was entertaining. I would say that. Like
It was
it
yeah,
was some
it was
moments
entertaining.
entertaining. I'd be
Like we
wanting
knew
more.
Kenya was gonna be mad. Like
Yeah,
we knew that she was gonna have a little fallout.
very
I
much
wasn't
so.
expecting that from Fallon now, but
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, it was pretty like a comical moment when she ran in the kitchen and tried to get the golf club.
And
And
I would
Toya, like I said, she's just annoying altogether. So
very much so. Well, with that being said, we about to lean out because I think we covered
okay,
everything with this episode.
lean down.
So you can find Lamecia here. Obviously on the lean, we'll be back. You have of course
Hey,
Jasmine and Asia. We're gonna be rotating out, and then we may come together for a little 4-way on one of these bigger episodes because I feel like it gonna get real good and just to get all of these
yes,
perspectives. So until then,
I
make
think
sure
the New
y'all.
Orleans trip is
Oh,
definitely gonna have like a lot of fun moments because you always have fun in New Orleans. So
that's
yeah,
true. You just left New
I'm
Orleans for
looking
your
forward to that.
birthday. You were just there,
I
right?
did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was just there last weekend. So like New Orleans is a ton of fun. So I'm excited about this episode.
Okay. Well, like I said, we're about to lean out. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, all things lean. You'll see Lamisi in a few weeks.
Yes.
You'll see Asia or Jasmine next week. Until then, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.
Bye.